being wrapped up in lust is probably one of the hardest things to unwrap yourself out of, because it's like it's a natural instinct for a human being to want sexual pleasure, you know? And a lot of guys, they don't, a lot of dudes out here, man, they're not having their way, man. And I don't, I don't even judge dudes that do other shit on the side to get their rocks off. I ain't gonna lie to you, because I feel like as a man in particular, like it is hard for a lot of dudes out here, man, to function, man, when they not getting some play. And I emphasize that because it's a real thing. Any real man know what I'm saying is true, man. If you got a girlfriend or you got females or whatever, regardless of whatever you got going on in your life, you may not have a lot of money right now. You may not have the nicest car right now. You may not be in the best situation in your life right now, but it all don't be feeling that bad once you get with a female and you do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? It's true. It make everything feel alright. It make everything feel like manageable. On top of realizing like, life is complicated as fuck nowadays, but just having that release, that pressure lifted off of you when you do the deed with a woman. You know what I'm saying? As a man, that is our massage. That is our mental brain massage. That is our muscle relaxer to get through the weeks and the months and the years of just going through life as a man. But you got men out here, man, they don't have that. They don't got no woman at the house. They don't got no girlfriend. They ain't got no hoes. It's just them, man. It's really just them. And they go through life doing what they got to do to cope with it. You can't blame somebody that adapts to their situation, and that's just what it is for them. You know what I'm saying? You can't blame no man that do what he got to do, man, to take a little steam off. You know what I'm saying? Whatever he's into, whatever it is he got to do it. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, man. If I didn't have like certain females I could call and link up with periodically, man, and just kick it with and do what I do with them, I don't know how I function as a man, bro. I'd be overly stressed, overly aggressive, overly mad. I'd probably be low-key ready to jump off some shit, man, because it's just that pressure is a motherfucker, man. I mean, but a lot of us get lost in the lust, man, because a lot of us, man, we're so deprived, man. Like, I feel like lust grows when you're not getting anything to kind of satisfy it on a day-to-day basis. I think lust really starts to grow when you are sexually deprived. That's when it grows, because again, when you got a girlfriend or something like that, every single day you can have a field day. Every single day you can have a marathon woo-woo with your girl. Or you got females on standby you really locked in with that. You know what I'm saying? You can always... So you balanced a little bit. You balance. You get, you got your moments where you feel like, man, I could use some, I can use some kitty right now. But you got the means to get that. Some dudes don't got the means to get that, man. Some dudes got to go home and rub one out. And they get tired of doing that shit. They like, I'm tired of doing this, man. I've been doing this since I've been 12 years old. I'm grown as hell now. I'm rubbing one out still. This got to stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's real, man. That lust is a mug, boy. And it grows the more you ain't getting no sexual release. And I think this is an important video, man, because I think to myself a lot, man, with all the stress that I be going through as a man. Boy, if I didn't have like a female, man, to give me that gawk every 3 days, man, I don't know what I'd do. If I couldn't get that gawk 3,000, man, I don't know what I'd do, man. Because sometimes that's all you need, bro, is just to lay back, let her do the rest. Every so often, you know what I'm saying? And then, sometimes you want to put that work in with your girl or whatever, but we grown, it ain't nothing new. Like, this is what it is. Like, you got to have that, man. You got to have that. It's essential to have that. You have to have that. Especially as a man. I know women need it too, but they got an abundance of it. They can be half decent and still have an abundance of it. A man can't even be half decent no more. A man can't even be half decent no more. You got to be the top of the top, man. Unless you done really been locked in with some females for a while. Me new females is difficult, man, because you gotta blow her socks off, man. And a lot of dudes ain't blowing somebody's socks off worthy. They just average regular niggas, you know? But these niggas are sexually deprived, man. And I've been in this situation, being sexually deprived. That's why I can talk on it. I know how it feels to be stressed out, and you're not even stressed about life for real. You just really want some walls. That's all you want is some walls. Some walls. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That would satisfy everything right now. It's some nice, healthy set of walls. You know what I'm saying? That would make me feel so much better about my situation, even though it's not related to my situation or problem. That's all a man need, man, is some walls, man. Some of y'all niggas walking around mean mugging, ready to fight over the dumbest shit. Y'all need some walls. That's what a lot of niggas need, is some walls. That lust, that shit builds, man, because a lot of niggas ain't getting walls. You getting walls every other day? You getting that Gok 3000 every other day? You a calm, mellow dude. Problems come across your desk, you think about it for a few days, and you revisit it because you know at the end of the day it's just a problem. They ain't never gonna stop coming. But if you a sexually deprived man that's not getting no walls or no Gok on a day-to-day basis, you stressed. And the next person that come up to you, ask you some dumb shit, you may spaz on them, beat their ass. Like, this shit is real. And as a man, I can speak. This can happen. Man. Lust is a mug, man. And when you wrapped up in lust, man, that's all you think about is lustful thoughts, lustful things, lustful actions. And I don't blame men that find alternatives to deal with that lust. I really don't. I used to judge because I was once a guy that fell into the videos and watching the videos to get my rocks off and all that. But once I started to get around real life women, broke through that shit and realized that's way more of a release than anything. You know, it's just like, you can't never go back. And then a lot of dudes ain't never crossed that bridge, man. They still on the side of the watching the vids and all that. And they rubbing one out, and they grown as hell. Plus 30 plus. Still doing that because they ain't never really went outside for real and gained that experience. But still, like, life, as a man, you got to let one out, man. All this semen retention shit I be seeing on the YouTube algorithm, I get it. I was once that guy that did that. And I still practice it to some degree. But I don't believe a man needs to go no more than about a month and a half max doing that shit. That shit ain't really destined for no man to truly do long term. You're naturally supposed to release, man. As long as you ain't overly doing it every other day by yourself, watching somebody else get some, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got to worry about being depleted of your energy or your life force. You can replenish that shit in 2-3 days, man. If you know how to eat right, you know how to get your sleep, you know how to take your vitamins, your supplements, you ain't going to feel that little bit of a moment you had with whoever you had it with, you know what I'm saying? It's blown out of proportion, but a lot of dudes look at that as like a quick fix, man, to get their life back on track. I ain't gonna lie to you. Nah, getting some walls or some Gok 3000 is gonna get your life back on track. Trust me. The stress that you're dealing with right now is probably because you're not getting enough walls. I promise you. You probably not getting enough walls, bro. Because I ain't gonna lie. Problems come across your desk as a man that's getting some play, man. You deal with it like a man. You don't worry about it like a woman. You dig what I'm saying? Because your mind state is calm. But when you ain't got that, man, shit. It's like living life as a nightmare. It's just it's unbearable. But that lust, man, like I say, man, you got to balance it out. But you only can balance it out when you're able to balance it out with the right person. Not even the right person, just a woman, just a beautiful female that you find attractive, man. That's how you balance that lust out. You don't balance it out by going on retention and going on these abstinence 1 year, 2 year. I ain't busted a nut. Like, no, that's not how you gonna balance lust. You're just depriving yourself. And at some point, you're gonna be hungry for the real thing. And you're gonna overindulge. And that's when you run into problems and you start doing too much too soon and you don't care who it is. And you know what I'm saying? You get overly hungry. You always want to be ready to eat, but you don't want to be starving out here in these streets when it comes to that, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how lust builds. It comes from being starved. When you starving, that's when you go crazy. But when you kind of hungry, you can wait a little bit for the appetizer. You know, you eat that, you all right, but you still, you know what I'm saying? You balance though. It's all about balance. But being out here moving overly lustful, man, that comes from not getting enough walls, man. So my advice, man, if you're going through some shit as a man, you stressed out, be safe out here, put a hat on, but man, go out there and get you some walls, man. I promise you, you're gonna be thinking clear, you're gonna be feeling better about yourself, and you may meet your soulmate.